once again, welcome to another episode. This is going to be day number 5 on my series for the rest of July. I'm calling it White Thugs of Hell. And the gentleman that you see standing before with the Confederate rag in the background is mostly familiar. If you're from the South, like I am, you know, you will recognize that this man here is General Nathan Bedford Forrest. Very complex individual, but you know, he was one of those famous generals during the Civil War. Most famous battle was the Battle of Shiloh back during the 1800s. I can't really punt the year with it or what it is, but he was born like in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Born to his family being of Scot and Irish descent. You know, also owned slaves too. Then again, who didn't during those times, especially in Tennessee. Tennessee happens to be one of my favorite states. I traveled there before, stayed, been through. I hung around, stayed around in Nashville and Memphis. Didn't bother to stay in Knoxville or Chattanooga. Been through there. But Nathan Bedford Forrest is what some of them refer to. He's one of the pale male's favorite heroes, who basically came up, like it says. So, you know, I had to go to Wikipedia to look this up. You know, where they were born at in Bedford County, Tennessee. That they were born poor. You know, Forrest, who basically became a businessman, planner, and slaveholder. You know, this man here, he held like on several cotton plantations in the Delta region, which is of West Tennessee. And he was also a slave trader at a time when demand was booming in the Deep South. So he had his trading business based on Adams Street in Memphis. You know. So, you know, but his most controversial one is when he became one of the founding members of the Ku Klux Klan. You know, now this was during after the Civil War. They lost during Reconstruction, because the Klan came about like in 1863, and they started right there in his home state of Tennessee, in a small town not too far from Memphis. I could go ahead and let me pull that up for y'all right now, just to go ahead and prove it to you. Let me just go ahead and pull that up. That's where the Klan first started at, right there in Pulaski, Tennessee. Now, you know, you go ahead and you blow it up a little bit more. Let's just blow up the whole state for a second. Memphis is over here, but Pulaski is sitting right between Chattanooga, Jackson, and there's Nashville right there. Reason why I say Pulaski, because, you know, that's where the Klan was first founded at, right there. So now you know, back in 1863. In fact, they're still held up there right now, because Tennessee has always been a Klan state. And you know who else was there? He from Tennessee? a certain senator that was vice president during the 90s and tried to run for president during 2000, the infamous 2000 presidential election. Shoot. But Nathan Bedford Forrest is no different from any of these other Confederate generals or whatever like that. You know, he founded the Klan during that time of Reconstruction, where they rode in the middle of the night, attacking, whipping, even going so far as to murdering blacks in the South who was intimidate them to keep them from voting. And Nathan Bedford Forrest was part of that. But history has also shown too that they said, quote unquote, it really hasn't been proven, that he also had a change of heart and had was a little bit lighthearted on racism, and he abhorred the things the Klan has done to blacks. It's kind of hard for me to even go ahead to even believe that, because after all, he owned slaves. That's what the freaking Civil War was about during the time in the Deep South. And then after they lost during Reconstruction, that's when the Klan came about. Now, we know he joined, but we don't know whether he was the Grand Wizard or anything like that. I think somebody who's an ally of his happens to be a descendant of Jefferson Beauregard Sessions the third. I think so. I'm gonna have to go ahead and look that up. But this man here was like, he was the worst of the worst. They got statues. They got a statue of when he died in Memphis, Tennessee. A statue right there in his honor, and mostly throughout every other state in the South. I know they just recently took a statue of him down at a high school in Jacksonville, Florida. Up in Jacksonville. Next thing you know, I done heard crackers and all this getting all upset about this. That's part of, how they go. Because they're seeing the dismantling of all these Confederate so-called icons, these idols. Because, they're done. They're done. They're mostly done. But Nathan Bedford Forrest makes my list because the fact of the matter, this man here was vaguely responsible for the continued onslaught and enslavement of Africans, as well as helping them murdering and helping finding the most well-known domestic terrorist organization on North American soil, U.S. soil, and that happens to be the Ku Klux Klan. He probably met William Thompson too, who created the Confederate rag too behind here as well. But this man here, Nathan Bedford Forrest, I'm not going to have too much to even say on it. If y'all want to look him up, you can research him yourself. Go research him yourself and all that. Let me know what y'all want to think in the commentary. If you want to subscribe. Just make sure you click the bell on the subscribe button. So therefore it'll be like that, and this will complete my series for the day, because I'm gonna just keep this short for my White Thugs of Hell. So tune in tomorrow, today is Tuesday, so tune in Wednesday when I come back with another episode of my series for the month of July called White Thugs of Hell.